Well, hello there. I want to welcome you to the second session of Video Ads Funnels. I'm here with Chad Nicely, and I've also got Michelle with me tonight again.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Cool. Good to see you. Looks like we have a pretty packed out session. I got the questions over here open. So we're going to dive right into it. But first of all, how many people are getting started with their funnel? Just say yes or no if you are.
We got one action taker. Come on, you guys. Oh, there we go.
They are.
Okay.
They're coming in. There's sometimes a little bit of a delay with
There is a
GoToWebinar.
delay. There is a delay.
Cool. All right. Well, guys, let's first look at your task from last session. Okay. So these are the action steps from session number 1. This is what we wanted you to do. We wanted you first to identify what your marketplace was and what your product would be. And the second thing is we wanted you to go out there and find somebody to work with via Facebook and YouTube. We told you no excuses. And then the third thing is we wanted you to figure out what your product was going to be and also the free incentive that was going to match that product. So it's kind of a recap of step number 1, but step number 3 has more to do with the incentive related to the product. So first of all, how many people know what your marketplace is and what your product's going to be? Just say yes or no. Matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and type in and tell me what your product's going to be if you figured it out?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get specific.
All these people on the call and nobody wants to volunteer. Come on, guys. You got to get us pumped up here.
You know what? It's holidays, and I know you guys probably haven't had time to dive into this, and you have the intention of circling back with this. But this is really important. Got to think about how do you want to start off 2016? How do you want this next year to go?
Let's see. Somebody says click to call landing pages for restaurants. That is interesting. I'm trying to figure out what your free incentive would be. What are you thinking about for a free incentive? What could that be, Michelle?
I'm not sure exactly what they're doing.
So I think they're creating landing pages for restaurants where they click on the button on their phone. And
yeah, you guys are going to ask us a billion times during this webinar about the replays. We will have the page up and available. We actually just created it, so we will give you the access to that here momentarily.
Cool. Okay, so he was correct. Let me think about that with the click-to-call landing pages. It's very creative, not what I was expecting, but we'll figure something out. Next, how many people actually went out there and found people on Facebook and YouTube after that last session that you could go and target? Just say yes or no. Okay. Quite a few yeses. Forgive me, no. That's okay. Daryl, what was the response? Businesses are my marketplace and leads for the businesses are the product. Yes. With that incentive, I would probably target how to grow your business, honestly. If that's what you're going after, I would have some kind of report on how to use social media in your business or how to use the internet to grow your business. I would make that your incentive. And we're going to kind of show you the report that Michelle has, because she kind of went the same direction, right? She kind of wrote a report that was targeted for our business. Okay, cool. So those were the steps. It looks like a lot of you have not completed those steps. And again, we can't do this for you. All we can do is show you what we do and what works and try to simplify the whole process and then send you on your way and hope for the best. Well, we really do that, but there was quite a bit of people that reached out to us and they're doing pretty good. So in this session, guys, here's the thing. We're going to actually get into creating our funnel. So we're going to create our free incentive. All right, we're going to show you exactly how we do this. This does not have to be complicated. We're going to make it as easy as possible. Next, we're going to set up our lead capture pages, also known as the LCP. So you're going to learn how to create captivating headlines and use the right pages to get those conversions. I'm going to show you the formula that we use over and over and over to come up with these headlines. And then you're also going to link your follow-up pages to your LCP. And this is where we get deep with relationship building, so you're going to see what we're doing in our business as well. And before we got on the call, Michelle said, hey, I kind of want to get deep on why we do what we do with our lead capture pages and our thank you pages and things of that nature. So I'm the technical guy, but she's the one that's going to get really deep with you and kind of explain what's happening there emotionally with the lead and how they are portraying that page and what gets them to take those micro step commitments that we want them to take. And then last but not least, we're going to also create our follow-up that our new leads will be reading each and every day. Okay, so we're going to map this whole entire thing out for you. How does this sound for an agenda, guys? Yes or no?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so we kind of covered this first session, but I'm going to go ahead and cover it again. These are the expenses that you will need to have. So number one, you're going to want to have a domain name. Usually costs about $12. My register of choice is Namecheap. You're going to want to have your own hosting account. I think just to get started, go out there and get HostGator. That's going to work perfectly. Next, you're going to want to have an autoresponder. The one that I've used for like, I don't know, 15 years. I know Michelle's used it just as long. Is called Aweber. We've also been using SendLane, and we use Infusionsoft as well. So it depends on the level that you want to get to, but Aweber or SendLane will work perfectly. Pixel Studio FX is what we use to create those brilliant covers that you saw. They're just beautiful. That's what Michelle used with her cover as well. I believe that cost $47. And then a lot of people after the last session were asking about the page builder. And it says SendLane is our choice for page builder, but this should actually say InstaBuilder. I can't believe you didn't catch that either.
Oh my goodness. Chad made a mistake.
InstaBuilder. Chad makes a lot of mistakes. Good to see you, Rick. I'm glad you made it. So InstaBuilder is definitely, guys, our choice for page builders, okay? And it is not 44. It was when it's launched. I think it's like 77. So there's two mistakes that Chad has made. But the good news is it is not a monthly expense, and I can promise you it's something that you're going to use over and over and over in your business.
Yeah, because you know, you guys will spend a ton of money having a designer and a developer actually, or you know, if you have them together individually, build or load those pages for you. So it's really to your benefit to have InstaBuilder. It's such an amazing tool.
Cool. All right, so we're going to dive right into it, guys. I'm going to keep the slides kind of short because I know there's going to be a lot of demonstration tonight. I want to actually show you hands-on what we do and why we create what we do. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the free incentive. That graphic right there on the screen was created, I'm going to say, in about 5 minutes using Pixel Studio FX. It is an amazing piece of software. And the only alternative is to go out there and get a cheap Fiverr cover, which you can do it. I've done it plenty of times, but you know, you're going to spend some time finding the right person, or you dive into Photoshop, and many of you attended the Photoshop Marketing University, and I taught you exactly how to create covers just like this. It takes a little bit of work, okay? But once again, this free incentive here, also called the lead magnet, leads into the paid product. Okay, so like that person was talking about creating landing pages with the call to action, the button that you can click from the phone or whatever, then your free incentive, your lead magnet needs to be targeted for businesses, and you got to ask yourself, what does the business want to do? Well, they want more leads, and they want to learn how to convert leads over to buyers. So ask yourself, if that's what they want, what is the easiest way to get the solution for them? And this is how we can teach them about how to use Facebook to build more leads in your business, how to use social media to build more leads in your business, how to use the internet to build more leads in your business, and then that there is going to lead into your product. So yes or no, does that make sense? You really want to keep your free incentive very congruent with your product. Do you have anything to add on that?
It has to really address the deepest problems that your market has. I mean, the very things that cause them to be up at night searching on Google for the answers for. Like, you've got to know what those things are. You really have to know your market very well.
Yeah, and I can tell you, being a private business owner myself, I owned restaurants, coffee shops, gift shops, owned an industrial company at one time, and the hardest thing for me, especially being in a small town like Casper, Wyoming, was getting more customers in the door. I didn't know how to do that because we didn't have the internet back then. So I would have loved for somebody to have come around and said, hey, here's a free report that's going to show you how to increase your business. And then you just simply have a call to action in that report to get them into your paid product. So in your case, your paid product is those landing pages with that button on there. Okay. So you guys really need to figure this part out. We spend a lot of time figuring out what our lead magnet is. Now it needs to be very short and to the point. Okay. This is typical, but it depends on what you're doing. All right. So if we're going to get them into a $97 landing page for restaurants, then yeah, you want to keep that very short. You want to give them the strategy. By the way, don't cheat them out of that strategy. Okay. If you can get them results on this free report, get them results. All you're going to do is build up your credibility, and that's your first impression with them. Okay. But if you're doing like Michelle's doing, and you're going to get them into a $10,000 mastermind, or $25,000, she's got 2 levels with it, then at that point, that's what we call a pre-sale. And so you want to spend some time and you want to qualify them. And so you're going to get a little bit more detailed with that report. And I'm going to show you what she did on her report. Okay, so you can kind of see how that report leads into such a high ticket. Next, you don't want to overwhelm them. It should be very quick to consume. And why do I say this? Because I don't want you out there having a lead capture page and you're giving away 12 video modules. Nobody wants that. What they want is they want a report that they can go put into action and see results in their life or their business, like right away. And we asked you guys last time as well, and you said that's what you wanted. Like we just said a minute ago, the prospect needs to see results. Okay, I want you to deliver. Even if your free report is something that's also included in your paid product, even if it's a $25,000 program, I don't care. Get them results with your first impression.
If you're charging $25K, you better be getting results.
Yeah.
And Rob, no, I'm sorry, honey, I'm not.
Yeah. So, but even before you charge $25K, get them free results in this free incentive. Okay. That may be their only impression of you. All right. And it kind of leads into this. This is your chance to build that relationship. So this book that you see right here is typically advertised on your lead capture page. When it isn't, it's when you're really trying to build up your own persona. You're trying to build yourself up to be an authority figure, and that's when you might use your picture instead. Or when you get really advanced, you start split testing this. You start saying, okay, does the page with my book convert better, or does the page with my picture convert better? It all comes down to test, test, test.
And just because what works for one person doesn't mean it's going to work for somebody else. Like, that's the enigma and the challenge of marketing. You just have to keep figuring out what works.
Yeah. So the example we used last time, and we can get more into this if you want to, is a great, let's use the example of the gentleman here that's going after restaurants, right? 3 tips to help bring in more customers into your restaurant using the power of social media.
There you go.
Okay, I just came up with that on the fly. Obviously, it needs to be more polished, all right, but you get the idea. So they read those 3 tips, and you can see how that leads into the product that you are offering. And by the way, the product you're offering should not be your in level. That should not be your last product. As you take care of your customers, especially restaurant owners, and you're able to get them more leads and convert those leads over to buyers, then they're pretty much going to jump into everything you have to offer. okay? So let's talk about our free incentive here, guys. This report that you see over here on the right-hand side, this is actually Michelle's report, okay? This is a report that leads into a $10,000 or $25,000 program. We're going to show you that report tonight, all right? So let's take a look at some other ideas. Again, this has to be simple, right? So it could be a simple one-page report, and if you're going for a high-ticket item, then maybe you need to get more in-depth with your report like Michelle did. It can be a set of templates. I'm sure you guys have seen Facebook templates, Photoshop templates, ad templates all over the place, right? Video interviews. These are great. Everybody loves interviews, especially interviews that provides a lot of value. Well, you can go out there, interview somebody that's related to your product in your niche or marketplace, and then use that interview as a free incentive. Just make sure you're not boring on the interview. Video or phone scripts. We've seen tons and tons of ads right now on YouTube and on Facebook where people are saying, look, this sales funnel here made $65,000. We're going to give you the exact blueprint to do it. Well, let me ask this question, guys. Let's see how many of you pay attention. How many people know the kind of blueprint that I use? What do we use for our blueprints? Very simple. What do we use? But you know what it is. There you go. Oh. Bubbles. Bubbles. So let me ask you this. Can you not take a simple strategy or a simple sales funnel that's producing results and bubble it out and then take a screenshot of it and kind of have it blurred out? So that becomes your ad on Facebook, that becomes your ad on YouTube, right? And that actually becomes the actual product that you're giving away. Everybody loves getting those bubble maps, right? They think it's just the solution to everything, right? Which most of the time, if you actually understand what's going on, it is. I mean, that's what we use for everything, but it's a perfect lead magnet. So you want to teach them to do something like we said with the restaurant guy here, right? Teach them how to bring in more customers to their business using social media. Teach them how to build a list of 10,000 subscribers in the next 90 days. Teach them how to double their profits in their business using internet marketing, right? Doesn't really matter. Just teach them something, and it doesn't have to be real overwhelming. All right? Remember, whatever people see, it needs to be value. Okay? It has to be. If they don't see value in this, they're not going to see value in your paid product. All right?
Absolutely.
Cool. So let's look at this here, guys. How many people, before I show you this, how many people would like to learn how to do a report just like you see here on the screen? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and open up this report for you because it is beautiful. And I know Carolyn's on the call, and she has a beautiful report as well.
Yeah.
But if you see here, this is the cover to this report, okay? How many people, yes or no, think this is a beautiful report? The font's the right size, it's 100%. We got these beautiful graphics on here, right? In the old days, this is something that I would have to do with Photoshop. Okay?
Yeah, or it would just be Coyote Ugly and you just go for it.
Yeah, it's really hard to do this inside of Publisher or Microsoft Word, or Illustrator is really good, but there's a big learning curve associated with that. Okay, but you guys are seeing what kind of report you want to put out there before you go and ask somebody to fill out an application for $10,000 or $25,000, right? Well, what if I told you we used a service to create this report? We actually didn't use it, but our guy used a service to create this report.
My designer.
Her designer. And guess what? You can even use this service for free. Now, when you get to the point where you're doing things for print like this here, there's a minor fee. That's how the site makes most of their money.
Unless you use your own graphics. Now, we pull our own graphics and use a lot of our own graphics, especially you can see the echoing of our logo, you know, in the background there. So we definitely, we try to do those ourselves a lot.
I think when you have print quality, though, I was looking that up, they have a fee.
Yeah, if you're going to print, but you can also just download the PDF.
Okay, well, don't quote us on that, guys, because I'm pretty sure that we're in disagreement on that one. I'm pretty sure you're going to have to pay a minor fee to have a report like this, but it doesn't matter, especially when you look at what it would cost to go out there and outsource this, and how much you would spend of your own time trying to create something like this. But what I love about this is, let's just take a look at this here, okay? So why don't you sum up this report if you can?
So basically in this report, these are the 8 pillars that we use to work with a company to help them build the actual foundation that makes it possible for them to reach a 7-figure and above level. And it's very important to have all of these pieces in place. And oftentimes what I've found is working with people and building their businesses that they shortcut steps, or they just bypass them because either don't understand them, or they just don't understand how important they are in the grand picture of things. It's sort of like you wouldn't go out into New York City and build a skyscraper if you weren't going to invest in the right engineer and build the right foundation, right? Because otherwise you'd have a house of cards, and that would be a very ugly disaster. But that's what most people do, and having the 90% failure rate with most companies, these are the actual 8 things that a company has to have in place. So there's a lot of value add in each of these steps. In fact, when I initially wrote this, it was much, much shorter. And the feedback that I received from that was there just wasn't enough value. So I went back in and added even more tips and suggestions and steps for people to actually learn from each of these steps. So it ends up being a longer report, which in essence is okay, because when you're selling into a higher ticket program or a product of some sort, you want to be able to make sure that you've got people that will actually be willing to do the work. So I don't necessarily recommend having such a long report for most people, but in some cases it does work. It just depends. And what you're looking at now is the closing pages, the last 2 pages, the closing pages. So, we basically put it out there that, if you are dedicated and driven for success and you want support to hit those higher levels, then we work with you. And if not, that's okay too.
Yeah, so this is a very selective, targeted audience we're going after, right? So your business profitability in 2016 will depend on this. That's a very bold statement. We strongly encourage you to act on this offer now, because as we said above, we're only accepting certain clients who are driven and committed to being successful. No exceptions. We're prepared to provide you with the exact strategies and direction you need to take based on the many years of strategic marketing and branding experience we bring to the table. Results are all that matter, okay? So click the big yellow button to learn more. Now, there's a lot to this, and by the way, that is hyperlinked, which is good, because when people see the word click, they click. Right? They've been trained and conditioned when they see that word to click, even though the goal is for them to click down here. We'll take the click up here. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys. The reason why this is efficient is because people have to be told what to do. Even though we have the biggest freaking button we could come up with on a report, you still have to tell people. Scroll to the bottom of the page. There is a big yellow button with fancy blue text on it, and we want you to click it. You have to tell them.
Exactly.
Seriously. Even though they know what to do, you have to tell them or they won't do it. So let us lay out your profit map for 2016. Name your income. Name your sales goal. Name the amount of customers you want pouring into your database every week, and then get on board. The time is now. The world is waiting for you. Now that's big, bold, and confident, okay? That's what you need to have before you go out there and sell a $10,000 or $25,000 product. But guess what? That's also what you need to have if you're selling a $47 product, $77 or $97. You need to have confidence. You need to tell them exactly what to do, and here's the reason why. Once you guys get into this and you learn how to build that relationship and you learn how to do the email marketing and everything else, once you have built that trust, and the way you build that trust is you get that first sale, you deliver, you over-deliver, you make them your favorite marketer or vendor or whatever you are, okay? And then you can pretty much sell them anything, especially if you have provided them results.
Time and time again. Absolutely. They'll come back to you.
So you really want to put not a lot of thought, because it's not really that hard. I'm going to say not even a lot of effort. Just put effort into it, right? How long did it take you to come up with this?
Well, I actually, all of these 8 pillars are actually chapters of my book that I'm writing. So I had the chapter outline done in advance, but I had been identifying these things after, market research and working with clients and knowing my market. So they were there.
And what she did.
But basically, to answer your question in a long way about, but it took me about a day to put this together.
It's not hard, guys. Here's when she came up with this idea with this free incentive. I said, look, let's take out bubbles and let's bubble out those 8 pillars. Because first of all, I speak the language bubble, right? So I can't put anything together until I see it in bubble. But
Chad's middle name is Bubble.
Yeah, once we saw the bubbles, you can see how it's very easy to come together. Do you guys get this? The 8 pillars inside of this PDF were bubbles on a screen, and then she just branched out from those bubbles and just kind of had a brainstorming session. And then you take Mr. Bubbles. Sounds like SpongeBob or something.
They're calling him Mr. Bubbles. That's nice. That's very true. I'll come to Chad and say, Chad, we had a new website to build for a client. The first thing he says is, did you bubble it out?
I'm serious, guys, because look at, see, Rana says the same thing. I can't do anything without bubbles. See, there it is.
Hey, Rana.
But the thing is, you can really have this awesome brainstorming session when you see it visually. And those bubbles, they're just simple compared to a spreadsheet or whatever else you're using. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. There's nothing like clarity to create speed.
Now, let me show you something else here. Yeah, here's your resources that you're looking for, but here in just a minute, let me find this other one. Okay, so I have this link right here. How many people have gone and downloaded this report? Just say yes or no. This is from our good friend Jimmy Kim, and this is what we use on the Build My List launch. Okay, many of you are inside of Build My List, and so this training here is really going to complement what you guys are doing in Build My List. But guess what? This looks beautiful as well, right? It's laid out a little bit differently. I like the 2-column because I'm able to focus a little bit easier. The font's a little bit smaller than what Michelle had. Okay.
Only by maybe a point or two, but it's also designed in the same software.
Yeah, that's what we're getting at here. These templates, guys, they're beautiful, right? And guess what? They're not as complicated as you think. All right, let me go to his call to action is really good. I actually like this. I'm going to try this myself. He has testimonials at the end of his report, which that is very effective. But as you can see, he's got call to actions all the way through this whole entire report, right? That's another thing. And obviously, if you got a $25,000 program, you're not going to want to have those calls to action everywhere. But if you have a $47 product like this, or $97 or whatever it is, then it's okay to have multiple calls to actions. Okay. Matter of fact, most people need to see an offer 4 or 5 times before they actually click. It's kind of the same thing when you have an ad like this. That's what this is. Okay. So when you have multiple links, it's going to actually benefit you. Just be tasteful when you do it. Provide value at the same time, like he did here, right? Head to my page and watch my video training, get started today, right? That's a lot different than just having click here everywhere. Okay, so let's come back over here to the slide, guys. And this here is what we are using. We use it over and over and over because it makes things very easy. Yes or no? How many people use Canva in their business? Just say yes or no. Oh, we got Canva, all no's.
I started using Canva before it even became popular. We started adopting it in the agency, and I've been using this with clients for years, and it is a fantastic software. It takes a little learning to get used to it, but it comes with thousands of templates that you can use. You can upload your own images and weave those into those templates. Like, it is so phenomenal. You can create social branding, you can create these reports, you can create ads, you can do so much with this. It's really, really versatile. Saves you a ton of time. You can actually end up looking like a professional graphic designer and come up with something fantastic, especially when you have the kind of marketing psychology background of knowing what to say and how to close things and how to position an offer.
So if we look here, not only can you use it for like PDF reports, but how many people, when you saw Michelle's video and she was talking about her VIP group, look here, guys, I created it right here inside of Canva, right? So if you come over here, obviously they're on a big Christmas kick right now, but you can kind of see all the different templates that you can go ahead and choose, right? And so it's so very easy. Like she says, there's a learning curve. There really isn't. Like, you guys, you're used to the software that comes out in this marketplace. You're really going to appreciate this one because it's so much easier than what you guys are used to. I mean, you literally just come over here, you double click, and you just change the text right here. And if you want to change this image here, then you can go ahead and change out these images.
I sure love
right?
that people are having ho-hos at Christmas.
Yeah. Guys, this is so very easy. And if I want to come over here and change the font size, right? I got nothing to sell you on this. I'm just telling you that their templates are awesome and their editor is so much easier compared to what you guys are used to, right? It's just simple. Okay, so this is Canva right here, okay? And they've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of templates, right? So let me come over here and let's get out of Christmas. They're really stuck on Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So what can we search for? Let's try business. All right, so I searched for business. Now I'm over here on, hold on a minute, they changed something. I'm on the images right now. So these are actual images that you can use.
There are thousands of images. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands. So the sky is the limit here, guys. And I think it just really depends on what you're going to do. Like, they have social media graphics. There are memes that you can create. There's all kinds of ways to use Canva. So it's a very good piece to do. And if you're going to create a report like the one I have done, you can start with your cover and then you can bring in, I recommend, bringing in a theme to your design. Like, our business is called Profit Ventures and we use the lion and we have pillars and for the 8 pillars. So, there's a lot. And I really recommend doing a very, just really think through the imagery that you're going to pair with your content and your copy, because the images, really, you want to use them strategically also to evoke emotion and tap into that subconscious trigger that gets somebody into that state of wanting what you are offering. So think about that. Canva is a great way to use imagery to get into someone's psychology, so sales psychology. So it's really useful.
Yeah, it's awesome. Here's the image that I use for her free Facebook group. I just came over here and just changed out the text, changed out the image. You can change out the background. Like, this stuff, guys, yes or no, how many people feel like they can use this software? Just say yes or no. And so if I come over here and if I want this one, if I come over here and download, right, what we're doing is we are saving it for web, right? Now I'm going to tell you right now, if this program gets pissy with you, just come over here and take Jing and just capture it, right? Just like this. Boom. And then you don't have to worry about it. Just go ahead and save it, right? And then you have it. Just don't tell anybody that. I probably shouldn't have said that when I'm being recorded, but that's okay. So yeah, tons and tons of templates here, guys. How many people are getting ideas? Yes or no?
It's a beautiful way to really put a nice high polish and a higher class feel into the quality of what you're offering when you use Canva.
Yeah, by the way, if you don't like the typical covers like we do with Pixel Studio and stuff like that, there's no reason why you can't take an image like this and use this for your free incentive as well. The covers obviously have a perceived value to them because it comes off as a physical product, which it's not, and don't feel bad about that. Like, that's just the way things are. But I've also seen graphics like this used as a link magnet or a free incentive, and they're very effective, right? This can work very well. So there's a lot you can do with this. You guys just have to learn to use it. Now, how long did it take me to use this? It took me about 35 seconds. Like, I totally got it. And the reason why is because it's built like the software you guys are already used to. Cool.
All right.
So if we come over here, you'll see right here. So here's the actual report itself, right? Obviously, we don't have Jimmy's report, but you can see how it was built inside of Canva, right? All right here. So you can come over here and you can just double click things and you can change it. You can copy rows. You can do everything that you could do inside the social media thing. All right, but I don't want to destroy this report, so I'm going to go ahead and close this.
Yeah, because if you do make a change and you don't undo it, you're screwed. I've done that before. I had to learn the hard way.
Right. So somebody's asking, can you show me what Pixel is? I will show you what Pixel is. Give me just a minute. You want to talk to him for a minute while I get
Sure.
this?
Yeah, actually, if you go back to that page on Canva, this one. Yeah. So see at the top here in the banner, you guys, you can see like you can use this for presentations, you can design posters, Facebook cover images. You can actually do a lot of your social graphics in there. You just might have to tweak them a little bit because the sizing for different social media platforms literally will make you nuts. Keeping up with what that they are constantly changing the size requirements. Like Facebook just actually recently upgraded their dimensions for their required cover graphics. But this is a great place to get those kind of things done and to have control of them if you don't want to have to go pay a designer all the time to do your marketing and your graphics. But again, it's time, in investment. So if you're going to need a lot of marketing materials and graphics and things like that, I do definitely recommend this. This is a staple with my team, and they are very skilled in using Canva.
So here, for the person who was asking about Pixel Studio, I'm sure you guys know what Pixel Studio is because I have said it over and over. This really is the best product I have come across in this marketplace. It's awesome, and we use it all the time. So very similar to the quality that we saw inside of Canva. You can see that they've got some beautiful templates here, right?
There are, but some of them are very busy, but then you can also edit them.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the majority of them I'm extremely happy with, but it depends on your marketplace. But I will tell you, because I was very involved with this launch, they spent a lot of money with designers to get these templates done.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. They went overboard with creating the amount of templates they did.
Right. So, which is good. I mean, like, you look at this and, you can get a lot of ideas. There's a lot you can do with this. So I'll show you the one that Michelle picked up on right away, and it's not one that I would have chosen. Okay. So again, she says these are busy, and I'm looking at this going, well, that's boring, right? So it depends on the target market that you're going after.
But I'm a minimalist, and the thing about creating a great hook in marketing is you don't want to have a lot of distraction, right? I mean, who wants to read 10 tons of crap on a page that's constantly taking and vying for your attention, right? It's like you just want to get right to the point and just emphasize exactly what you're trying to get them to focus on. So I saw that copy Bible and opened it, and just immediately, I think it took us like less than 5 minutes to actually modify it.
Yeah, so if you come over here, and I haven't seen this recently because you use a different background, right?
It changed, yeah. I don't know why.
So she laid all this out on her own, guys. I had nothing to do with this whatsoever. It's a different cover than I started with.
But actually, it's in, if you go into the recent projects, yeah. Scroll down.
Okay, so you've been
It should
playing
be
with
there.
all this stuff. This one right here?
There it is.
Okay, so let's see if we can get this one open.
What? Okay, maybe that wasn't the right one.
Well, that's a different one too. Anyways, with this, guys, you can very easily come over here and you can upload your own images. You can change out the background. They've got stock images in here. So like if you want to bring in this monkey here, you can. If you want to bring in me, you can. You just simply click on it and then you can just move it anywhere you want, right? And now I just took over her blueprint, right? That's how easy you do that. If you want to come over here and change out the color, you can. Like there's all these presets and everything. You can get carried away with it, but you don't have to. It's one of those things where you find a template you like, you change out the top image, you change out this, you change out that, and that's it, right? If I want to change this text, this little box opens up over here, I change it. Like I don't know anybody that is not capable of using Pixel Studio. The hardest part is figuring out how to render the images. I'll show you that here in a minute. But let me just say this. Even though there's this big debate between her and I on what's boring and what's too busy, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Let's see how many people have been on our call before. What is the correct answer to the argument that her and I are having as far as something being busy, being too effective, or being effective or not? What's the correct answer, guys? What do we need to do? There we go.
Test.
We don't know, right? Her and I can sit here and argue all day long, and her cover might kick my butt. My busy cover might kick her butt. It really doesn't matter. It's up to what the audience wants, and we just don't know till we get out there and test it. So my point in saying that, don't spend a lot of time with this. Just get something out there because that's going to be a big step for you. So if you like this right here, get it out there. Don't worry about what I say. Don't worry about what she says, okay? Get it out there and test it. And then if it starts converting, then come back and start working on this, right? So consider what we're saying, but understand you've got to get out there and test it. You can't listen to what we're saying and have that as concrete. Make sense?
Clarity is king. As long as it's clear and it's right to the point and people really understand what you're offering, I think that's the best thing.
But you don't know.
And you don't know until you know.
You don't know until you test it. I've had a lot of plain covers where I thought it would do really well because just like she said, and then it didn't do well until I put my picture on it, right? You don't know. Sometimes I've gone out there and had this beautiful logo and I put the logo on the cover, and guess what? When I took the logo off, all of a sudden it started converting better. You just don't know until you test these things. So if you're happy with this boring cover, but I do like the colors, we can come over here and we're going to click on save, okay? All we do is click on save, and then we come over here to preview. That's all we have to do, all right? Now, is that correct? This is the report cover, right? So let's go find the one that has the actual book. So I don't want the report cover, I want the book. So let's try it again. We would go ahead and save it. This isn't the right one either?
Well, it's not what you pulled up on the images.
And then we would preview. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so here it is. Now, what do we do from here? Well, you come over here and you download it. Now, we can go ahead and zoom out if we want. Okay, and then we can come over here. We can add reflection. Okay, we can add our shadow. Right? They'll make this thing look really cool. And then we come over here and we download it. Guys, that's it. I want you to find a template that you like, that's clear, direct to the point. Make it look good. Don't spend a lot of time on it. And I want you to download it and get it on your page. I seriously do, because that's a big step for you guys. Okay, so once we download it, it's going to give you 3 different size images. So if I open this up, we have small, medium, and large. If I open the large one, I don't know if it'll do it inside a zip. This is a very big high-res file. This will work perfectly with Instabuilder. Matter of fact, I'll show you that tonight. Okay, so let me just go ahead and copy this real quick just so I know where it's at. Desktop, can you remember MAG?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we go, MAG. All right, so that's how we use Pixel Studio. It's not hard to do at all. All right, so now you guys know how to go and create that free incentive, how to make it look like $1,000,000, how to brand it nice with your picture, with your logo, everything. And now we've shown you how to create the perceived value, which is those product shots that you're used to seeing. And again, you can just come over here to Fiverr. I don't recommend this, but if you don't have the money to purchase Pixel Studio or you missed out on launch, whatever the case may be, we can just come over here and look for ebook cover or software cover or whatever we want to do. Okay, so you can see that there's all these ebook covers, and by the way, people in here are using Pixel Studio as well.
Or Canva.
Will Canva do ebook covers?
Yeah, I think so. No?
It doesn't do ebook covers, but it does everything else. But they probably will in the future. So like this here, guys, that there is $5 if you want just the flattened version. So you don't get the PSD or anything. All I'm going to say about Fiverr is make sure you watch their reviews, okay? If they don't have reviews, don't use them. If they don't have good marks, don't use them. And then watch also their queues, because somehow you go and you buy something and then you don't get it a week later. That's because there was 500 orders in queue and you weren't paying attention. Also, if you look down here, they have upgrades available. Like Fiverr has become like a great sales funnel. So you can get a 3D version of your book. They'll send you a PSD file. They'll deliver in 12 hours. Usually it's 24 hours. That's 12 hours. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of them deliver even faster than that.
So yeah, I mean, I've used plenty of stuff off Fiverr, guys. I'm happy with it. All right, so it depends on what you want to do. And then if you want to get really complicated, you can go the Photoshop route. All right, so that there kind of tells you what we're doing with the free incentive. And what I will do is on the replay page, which is this right here, we've got the replay right here, and then I've got all the resources that we mentioned throughout the training. I'll go ahead and put Michelle's report on there, and I'll put the Build My List report, so you guys can kind of get an idea what you need to do. Okay, is that fair? But again, those reports there, guys, they're extreme. My reports are like a page and a half. And the other thing I'm going to show you, if I can pull up something out of one of my other classes, I'm going to show you a cool little trick, especially if you're in online marketing. Okay, so if we come down here, this right here, this list of resources, is it on this one? Oh, it's on this one too. Okay, this list of resources right here is what I put on the end of all of my PDFs. And what these are is these are affiliate links, right? So I've taken the time to put together these resources of all these tools that somebody may need. Now, if you're not in online marketing, then obviously this is not going to apply to you. But think about the resources that you can have in your niche or your marketplace.
Well, still, even if you were just recommending products off of Amazon, you could have affiliate links for those.
Absolutely. Just provide value at the same time, right? So if you're doing like a PDF, even if it's like 1 or 2 pages, attach your resources to it. And by the way, at the end of this report, I have massive calls to action. I got my free membership, and I've got all of our different programs here, everything else. I got the Entrepreneur Live show, right? There's no reason why you can't feature this stuff, okay? So there you go. Always have a list of resources. I will put this on the replay page as well. How many people have some good ideas on what you can do with your free incentive and how you can actually make money from that incentive? Just say yes or no. Cool. Good, 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 good. All right. So we talked about Canva, guys. Next, let's have a review on the sales funnel real quick. So we'll look at Michelle's 8 pillars to profit funnel. Now, I'm not going to focus on the video right now. That's going to be next week. And I know Michelle is trying to arrange a special guest speaker to come in and talk to you guys about using AdWords with video ads. So we're trying to arrange that right now. So make sure you guys attend next week's session. And if he can't make it, I promise I will over deliver. That's all I can do. So here we go, guys. It starts with the lead capture page. They're going to enter their name and their email. We've got this beautiful headline here, right? There's a lot of psychology going on with this page here. And then as soon as they enter their name and email, they are going to see a thank you page. Now, guys, what is so very important about these pages? What are we trying to do? See who is paying attention in the first class. Continuity, that's not the answer I'm looking for. What are we trying to do here, guys? Every single time you have a page, I want you to build that rapport. I want you to build that relationship every chance you get. If you have eyeballs looking at this page and Michelle has a chance to talk to that person, guys, if you are able to put yourself on video, you are foolish for not doing this. You're foolish. Can you see the difference between having thank you for entering your details, click the link below, with no video and just the button here versus this video? Yes or no? Do you guys see the difference there? Absolutely. Use video in your marketing every chance you get. Okay, so the lead capture page leads over to the thank you page. Now, once this happens, well, now we have them inside of our follow-up, right? So now we're able to communicate with them. We're able to build that relationship through email marketing. Okay, this is where the relationship really comes in. And you guys have been reading my emails and you're learning how we do this. All right, but also when they click this button here that says read my letter to you, they're taken here to this private page, which, by the way, we designed this page in the same software we use to create this page and this page. It's called InstaBuilder. I'm going to show it to you guys tonight. Okay. Good question. Chad, is there a reason for not using the video on the squeeze page? Yes, there is. Here's the thing. If you don't use a video, you're going to get better conversions. If you use a video, you're going to get more targeted conversions. Okay? It depends on what you want. I'm going to tell you guys, especially getting started, do not use a video. And when you guys start clicking around the ads on Facebook and on YouTube, they're going to take you to a lead capture page always, especially if they know what they're doing. You're not going to see a video on that lead capture page. Very rarely do you see a video. Unless it's a long form landing page, then sometimes they have a video at the top.
I've seen a lot of marketing gurus copying this type of style of funnel, and especially with the lead capture pages. And I think that we're so distracted right now in the world, like especially on social media. And I think less is more. I mean, we just want to get right to the point. People want immediately to be able to answer the question, what is this? What's in it for me? Why should I care?
Yeah, don't get confused thinking that these have to be fancy and they have to have backgrounds behind them, because they don't. Especially if you're using video, guys, your video just needs to be right. And you don't have to be a copywriter. You don't have to be great on video. You know what you have to be? You have to be trusting. You have to be personable. You have to have a call to action.
You got to be authentic.
That's it. I don't care if you're sitting in a canoe out there on some frozen lake or something doing your ice fishing and you're talking to people. It doesn't matter as long as they resonate with you and they trust you. Okay? This picture right here is so very important. I want you guys to be honest. If you didn't know Michelle and you didn't know me and you came across this page, how many people would trust this page? Just say yes or no. And please be brutally honest. Good. We're getting all yeses. Now let me ask this question. What is it you trust about that page? Tell me what you trust.
Yeah, because there definitely is some psychology here.
Professionalism. What else? Why don't you tell them about the colors you used?
Okay, so I actually tested this picture on social media. I've got quite a few people on my Facebook page and followers and such, and I actually tested the response to lots of different profile pictures that I had used over the course of the last few months, and this one actually got such an immense response, and so I knew right away that was great. And from the feedback that I got from it, hey, and feedback is always really important, especially from the people who are your market. That's really huge. The second thing is it's clean. It's professional, yes, but it's clean. White is the color of trust. And so definitely there is a lot of psychology in color. And it's one of the reasons why the father of hypnosis, Milton Erickson, actually used to always wear the color purple. So it does something for our psychology. So I wanted to really put out a big, huge, authentic just a persona of who I am, and just to really portray that, because that's the image for our business that we really want to put out there. And having light colors, so it's not screaming in your face. I think the days of the big red screaming headlines are over. Like, people are really tired of it. It's also been training people not to buy, I think, because they're so used to seeing all those red hypey headlines that it's not always the best choice. I mean, I think there are times when that's appropriate, but then oftentimes you got to rethink that too, because color does play a big, huge piece of psychology. And again, we're going to test this. So if this doesn't work, then we will have to go back to back into the drawing board and test a few different other things, change the headline, tweak the copy a little bit, but definitely has to be really, I mean, when people come to any of your landing pages or any piece of your funnel on the initial stage, they're really saying to themselves, what is this? What's in it for me? And why the hell should I care, right? They just want the answers to those questions. And if you can't answer them in the first 5 seconds, you're done. They bounce. So we just have to work on those things.
Now let's see how well my students pay attention. There's one thing that I do not like with this funnel. Can anybody figure out what that is? There's 2 things I teach on, which is consistency and congruency. Does anybody see where the incongruency is in this funnel? There it is right there.
Color.
There it is right there. We go from a lead capture page where she's got that soft professional look to this application letter over here where she's in the same exact clothes, same exact picture, but yet we have a massive pattern interrupt on the thank you page. So if I was to do this again, since they're going from one page to the next, we would make sure that she was wearing the same exact clothes. And that way it's consistent and congruent all the way through.
Yeah, and actually we are refilming that video. So it is definitely a pattern interrupt with the red.
Yeah. Yes or no? You guys getting a lot on this call?
Awesome.
But the thing is, we don't want to just teach to you guys. We want you out there doing this.
Yeah,
like this.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, when we decide to put up a funnel, we do it in a day. Like we don't spend any time with this, guys. And there's too many excuses. Well, I don't know how to use this program. I don't know how. Neither do I. But I just sit down. I turn off Facebook. I turn off YouTube. Well, sometimes I have music playing, but I focus on that, and that's it. I'm gonna figure it out, and that's it. And I'm no smarter than you guys. I was a C student in school, right? Average dude. You guys can do the same exact thing if you want to.
And if you don't want to build these things yourself, you can go on Fiverr or Elance or Guru and figure out how to hire somebody to get the pieces done that you don't want to do or take the time to learn. There's always a solution.
So let's do this, guys. Let's go ahead and simplify this, okay? Throughout the whole process, I keep asking you, what is your goal? When Michelle and I sit down and we do these funnels, we always have to remind ourselves, what is the goal? That person, that lead, that prospect has to have one goal. So our first goal, number 1, is to get the email, okay? That is our first goal. And by the way, you'll see on this here that we have a field for name and email. Now, when we do this, when we ask for name and email, we are going to cut down our conversions. If we have just email alone, we're going to get a better response. When we ask for name and email, we're going to get a more targeted response. When we ask for name, email, and phone number, we have a very targeted response. That's a very good prospect. Somebody gives you their phone number, they absolutely trust you and they are very interested. But your opt-in rate on this page is going to go down the toilet.
Yep, way down.
Okay?
It's very hard to get that mobile phone number.
So you guys got to ask yourself, what's my goal? All right, so the first goal is to get the information. We want the email. All right, and by the way, on this page here, everybody sent us emails saying, how do you get 1 cent views on Facebook? How do you do it? How do you do it? Well, here's how you do it. These pages right here, when you get an eyeball to this page, you fire off that retargeting pixel. You fire it off for Google, you fire it off for Facebook. You get both of them. I'm going to show you how we do that here in a minute. This page right here, it absolutely works with Facebook, but see these things down here, guys? You want to make sure that you have these 3 links, and there's actually a disclaimer that I should have put on this screen. There is a disclaimer that Facebook wants to see. And right now, for the time being, these pages are working on Facebook. Okay, so goal number 1, get the email. All right, when they click this button here, this page will link to your autoresponder. So now they're inside of your funnel, and it's going to redirect them to your thank you page. So the goal on this is to get the click, and not only clicking the button, but we also want to build the relationship. So you guys have heard me say this many times. After they enter their email, they're watching this video. This video needs to say, in the next 10 minutes, I want you to check your email, and inside your email, you will find my 8-pillar to success blueprint. Okay? You don't want them running off and checking their email right away because you have their attention. All right? The best way to do this is say, look, inside this blueprint, you're going to learn the 8 pillars, and it's going to do X, Y, Z for you and your business. However, if you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want to take your business to the next level, if you want an automated solution, product, or service that's going to do X, Y, Z, then click the button below. Okay? I can give you the script, guys. I use it over and over. I'll put it on the resources page because I want you doing this. It's not hard. By the way, this is the same exact page. We just cloned it. All right? If they do not give their email, does retargeting pixel capture something else like their IP or IMAC address? How does it actually work? I'm not going to get real technical with you. I will tell you that when they open that page, a pixel fires off. Whether or not they give you their email address, it's beside the point. They open the page, the pixel fires. Really easy. And when the pixel fires, you're building up an audience inside of AdWords. You're building up an audience inside of Facebook. So when you do that, you can now go out there and target those individuals on YouTube because that uses AdWords. That's part of the strategy. And then you can go over there and you can target that audience inside of Facebook because you built an audience over there too. All right, so remember to tell them check their email in 10 minutes, have a call to action on the page, have all your links here, okay, and fire off that pixel. All right, so this button here will link to your offer. Next, once they go to that email, do not play games. Don't play games with them. Deliver the damn product. I've seen so many people that try to sell me on something before they've gone and deliver the product that they promised. And guess what happens, guys? What happens when you do that? When you play games and you go and you try to sell them something else, or you send them to a page where they have all these banners at the top and then they got this little teeny tiny link saying, here's your blueprint or whatever, don't do that. Like, you totally just blew all your efforts and all your trust and all the investment that you put into that lead. Don't do that, okay? Build that trust all the way through the funnel, every chance you get. All right, now it's okay to have some kind of recommendation down below like we have here. We have step number 2, which is join my VIP group, but maybe she has some other solution or something like that. That's okay. But make sure they see the actual incentive that you promised them, okay? And use video here. Absolutely use video. Thank them again. Tell them exactly what they need to do. You need to scroll down, click that big blue button That's step number 1. And step number 2 is join my Facebook group. Here's what you're going to learn inside my Facebook group. By the way, I like to do steps in everything I do, okay? I wouldn't go beyond 2 steps. You typically want to do 1 step, but we're really trying to get them in both places here, okay? But we could absolutely include this inside of our follow-up email, which we do that as well. But if you're going to have different calls to actions, make sure you say step number 1 is click the button, download my blueprint. Step number 2, click the button and join my group. And if they're interested in you, if they like you, if you look pretty on video, they're going to do that. Okay?
Hey, I've seen some folks that aren't pretty on video and do the same thing. So I think it's just a matter of making the biggest connection that you can and build the relationship with people. Just be really real with them. Speak about, how you're really going to help them. That's really what they care about most.
Exactly. All right? So throughout this whole process, guys, we had one goal at a time. All right? So when they click this button here, this will link to the product. Now, in the past, we've had to use a server or S3 to deliver that product. Guess what, guys? When I have links on the resources I'm giving you, they're right there inside of Dropbox because I don't have to pay every single time you go and view a document like you do on S3. And it's just easy.
Awesome.
Dropbox, it just gives you a link. You put that link inside your button and you're done. Dropbox is definitely moving ahead in the world. All right, so here's one other suggestion I'm going to give you. I'm not going to review this tonight. I want you to take the time and review this yourself, okay? I still use InstaBuilder. There's a reason for that. I'm going to show you that. But if you really want to shortcut your funnel creation and you want to save your money in the technical heartache and you don't want an autoresponder, you don't want a host, you don't want a page designer, then our good friend Jimmy Kim created SendLane. It is an autoresponder. It is a page builder. Everything's hosted for you. It's got simple drag and drop where you can create your own lead capture pages. It links to your thank you page. It's awesome. Okay, so SendLane is a very good alternative, but the one that I've been using for as long as I can remember is called InstaBuilder. And the reason why is because we can create all of our funnels in a matter of minutes. I'm going to ask people on the call, yes or no, how many people already have InstaBuilder?
Everybody loves InstaBuilder.
It is so easy. And not only is it easy, the creator of InstaBuilder is a very dear friend of ours. We were very, very involved with this launch when it came out. And her support is top notch.
I know. In fact, I just messaged with her a half an hour or so before the webinar started, and she's in the hospital. Unfortunately had surgery, and she was still just, she's on it. She's so responsive. I think she has some of the best customer service from this product that I've ever seen.
Yeah, she has a heart of gold, and when you find people like that in business, guys,
she's an amazing human being.
You just latch on to them because there's a lot of leeches, a lot of scumbags in this marketplace, right? She's one of the good guys. So this page right here, guys, this is your replay page. This here, all created with InstaBuilder. Matter of fact, it took us like 5 minutes to do it because we already had the template.
Chad, I think, whipped it out in 2 minutes, actually.
Yeah, it was fast because she's like, hey, everybody's been screaming at me for the replay. I was like, oh, crap, because I've been involved with my product library and Easy Links all week, completely forgot about it. So that was my bad. But if I come over here to Michelle's site, and by the way, InstaBuilder is a plugin. Now, I used to think that plugins were bad, but when it comes to page builders, plugins are good. And here's the reason why. Facebook and YouTube need to see pages on your domain. They don't want to see those third-party services like ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, those things, because those services have already been identified by Facebook and YouTube and all the other ad networks. They know what they are. So,
and they've labeled them a lot as scammers. So it's not in your best interest to have those things.
Yeah, I'm trying to be careful because they're obviously associates and friends in the business, but I'm here to tell you don't use those software, especially if you're going to do paid advertising. So with InstaBuilder, they don't know because it's on your domain. So if somebody were to go and type in michellevanotten.com, they see a full blog, right? So they're happy with that. They don't know any different right now. Okay, so you can see over here that we've got these groups. I've got this group here called Self-Evolve Entrepreneur. I've got general pages, and then I got 8 pillars funnel. So if I open this up right here, guys, you'll see that we've got LCP, which is lead capture page. Here's one for Facebook. Here's one for YouTube. Here's just a general one. Can anybody tell me why I have 3 different pages? Anybody? Here's the reason why. I'm tracking the conversions. Okay? Yes, I'm segmenting and I'm tracking the conversions. So on each one of these pages, these leads are going to the same email list, but what I'm doing is I am creating a different form for each one of those email lists. So I'm able to track, even though they're going in the same list, if a lead came from Facebook, YouTube, or if Michelle's just out there handing out her link. Okay? That's very important. We need to know if our advertising dollars are working. All right? So how did I do that? Well, let me just go ahead and open up this one right here. Okay? By the way, here's that disclaimer I was telling you about. This website is no way affiliated with Facebook or any Facebook entities. Once you leave Facebook, the responsibility no longer is on their site. We make every attempt to clearly state and show all proof. We do not sell your email or any information. CAN spam compliant. If you have any questions, please feel free to use a contact us link above this text right there. Okay? This is a compliant page on Facebook. I don't have to have this information with YouTube. Okay? So I like this page here, right? We took time. She already told you some of the elements that we were looking for, the colors, what we did with the picture, everything else. If I want to come over here, and if I want to upload our book instead, then I just click on this here and I say use image. And there you go. Boom. It's done, right? This is something to split test. Okay, how many people find her image more trustworthy than the book? Say either book or Michelle. There's a delay. Okay, we got all M's. All right, now that's great, but you know what I'm going to say? We don't know what the winner is till we go out there and test it. It's great that you guys are leaning towards her direction, but we got to split test it. Okay, so we're happy with this page here. All right, we like this page. So with InstaBuilder, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to duplicate this page. Now, see this one that says copy? I can come over here, I can open this up, and this is exactly what we did with her lead capture page for her Facebook group. Okay? So I have all of these pages inside this one group called 8-Pillar Funnel. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this one real quick. And I'm going to show you what we did. And guess what, guys? I didn't come up with any of this. These are InstaBuilder templates. So I've got 3 lead capture pages. I've got the thank you page. Can you see? Same color background, same font, right? Same colors. Everything's the same. So we have the thank you page, the download page, right? Very similar. Okay. And then this here is the application page, all built with InstaBuilder. Now what's cool is when I'm happy with this funnel, then I can just go and clone all these pages. I can clone this whole entire group, right? And it's just a matter of changing out my headline on the lead capture page, right? Changing out the picture and changing the form. And that's it. Now we have a whole new funnel set up. Do you guys see that you can do this?
Like with every single sales funnel you'll ever create. It's so simple.
We put up funnels in minutes, guys. Everybody's like, they look at our funnels, they're like, holy crap, you guys are like experts. We did the same thing with the real estate guys. We're doing the same thing with our pastor client, right? Ooh, we got a misspelling. That's cool. It's instant, guys. So let's just say, she's writing notes here, Rob, thanks. Let's just say that this is the first time ever. We're going to go and we're going to create this funnel right here. So let's call this one the restaurant local business. Okay, that was the first thing that came up on the call. All right, that's how the spelling happens. Do you see that, Ron? So I'm going to create this group. Okay, so now I have a new group called Restaurant Local Business. So I'm going to come into this group and we're going to go ahead and create a page. So the first thing is we need a lead capture page, also called a squeeze page. So we're going to go ahead and choose squeeze page, right? And I can choose any one of these templates here. So if I want to choose this one, I'm going to go ahead and say choose. Now I'm on a wide monitor, so it's going to look a little bit different for a while, but that's okay. It'll appear right when you're on the right monitor. All right. So here, let's go ahead and I'll click this here. As soon as it's done loading, I'm on a slow server right now. We'll come over here to page settings and we'll come over to background image. Okay. And I'll go ahead and upload a different image. So let's just do this. I'm totally winging it right now, guys, okay? So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say search tools. And you want to do this one? I'm going to go ahead. Let me make sure we do a big one. So we'll do large. Okay, pick one. So let's go ahead and save this. Just for demonstration purposes, I don't want you guys stealing images on Google. That's not what I'm telling you, okay? So let me go back into that. Okay, so we'll come over here, desktop, temp, it's right here. Okay, so it's loading into the media library, and I'm going to say use image. Boom, there you go. Now I don't like this bright blue because it's too girly, right? So I'm going to click on this here. What? Click this little wheel here, and we'll come over here. I use this thing called eyedropper. Michelle's using it too. So maybe let's try something like this color. All right, so now I can click here and I can go ahead and paste it, right? There's that color, okay? Now I don't like the color of the button, so we'll come over here and let's try eyedropper again. This time let's get this yellow color here, okay? So we'll come over to the background color and we'll go ahead and change out the button.
It's great to be able to use colors that already exist inside your image. It creates a lot of congruency and consistency in what you're seeing. So it's a good color combination, especially when you have natural colors that complement each other already in the images.
Exactly. So that's why I'm using the eyedropper tool, right? Now we got this crazy pink thing here. Let's go with the same color. All right. So look how fast I'm doing this, guys. I didn't spend any time. Let's get rid of this pink stuff here. What is this pink stuff? I'm going to talk to her about these templates.
Hey.
All right. So we'll just go and we'll do this, right? And it didn't work. Hold on a minute. Let's try that again. This is the one thing that takes a little getting used to is clicking in here. So I want this one, custom, and then I'm going to paste this. Okay. There we go. Now we don't need a logo here, right? So now how many people, look at that, guys. I just created that instantly, right? That fast. Okay, now this section right here, what we could do is we could go and we could put in our terms of service. So we're going to make this probably white. Okay, so we'll make it white and we'll make paragraph size, right? And so we'd have terms of service and then we would have privacy. So let's just do this right. We got terms of service, privacy policy,
contact,
and oops, policy, and then contact me, right? And then we'll just go ahead and center this. And then we can go and we can link it, right? Now, how many people can do this? Like I need confirmation from you guys. I'm completely winging it here. All I got to do is make sure I come up with the right headline, right? That's it. I got to come up with the right headline. This is our lead capture page. So what are we going to do? Well, check this out, guys. We're going to come over here to page settings, page info, right? Build, or let's see, what can we say here? Gather leads, build, we'll just do this. Build leads in your restaurant. Okay, this is just a title. Okay, I'll just copy this down here, right? And then we'll come up here, we'll change the permalink. So we'll say LCP-build leads restaurant. Okay. There you go. So I'm going to save this. Oh, wait a minute. Let's fire off the pixel. We're going to pull this down here. We're going to come over to script codes. This section right here, guys, is where you're going to post the Facebook pixel. Okay, that's it. Paste the Facebook pixel in here. Paste the Google pixel in here, and that's it. It's not hard to do. So I'll go ahead and show you, just in case you don't know. I'm going to come over here. Look at that little girl. My little girl's a rock star, isn't she? That
Squirrel
was from 2010. Squirrel. I can't help it. They did that to me. That's how that happens.
He's a sucker for Madeline.
Oh, man. So we'll come over here. So I'm inside my account. I'm going to come over here to Tools. I'm going to come over to Pixels. Your pixel always stays the same, guys. It doesn't change. Come over here to View Pixel Code. And all we're going to do is we're going to paste this pixel. Put this in Notepad. Save it. So we take this pixel. Let me make sure I'm putting it in the right place. It says install it in your head, right? So we're going to take that pixel there, and we're going to go ahead and put it right here. That's it. Hide this panel. Save it. Now our lead capture page is created with our pixel. All right?
Sneaky, huh?
Now, let me see if I can get into, do you have your Aweber?
I do.
Hold on a minute, guys. Let me just try this really quick. I'm going to pull this over here on the other screen real quick. Now watch. I'm going to show you how we link this lead capture page to her Aweber. All right.
Easy.
Is it all capital?
It's just like it's spelled right here. Capital, 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 lowercase, capital, capital, numbers. Capital A.
Okay. And then this one. Like that?
No. Look. Aweber.
Oh, that's the password.
88.
Okay, hold on a minute, guys.
Come back to the end of Aweber. After Aweber.
I got it.
No.
I got it. I got it. It's down there.
Mm-mm. Oh.
Is that all capital too?
Capital P, capital W.
All right. Let me log into my account. Hold on. We'll get it. All right. I got into mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my sign up forms. Okay. So here's one of the sign up forms. So what we're going to do is once we've created our list inside of Aweber, we're going to create a sign up form. Okay. So we'll go sign up form. I don't use Aweber a lot, but it's pretty self-explanatory, okay? So we come down here, we're going to need our name and email, and I don't want this, I don't want this, so I'm going to get rid of this. So that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and save my form, okay? And now we're going to come over here to the next step. Okay, now here is where we would have like YouTube or Facebook or general, okay? And the reason why we do that is because we're putting people in the same list, but we have tracking. Now, see where it says thank you page? This is where you're going to put your own thank you page. So this would be like Michelle VanOtten.com/thanks/8pillar LCP or something like that, okay? That's similar to what hers looks like, all right? So when they opt in, they're going to be redirected to this thank you page. This one down here where it says if they've already subscribed, make this a custom page too. Put the same exact link in there. Now if I come down to advanced settings, guys, look at this. Whatever is up here, they're going to track down here. So if I have Facebook up here, then they're going to track Facebook down here. Okay? That's how that works. So then we're going to go to save the form, and then we're going to go to step 3. Okay? This is how easy this is. Now I'm going to click, I'm going to install my own form. I'm going to come over to raw HTML. I'm going to uncheck this. We're going to copy all this information right here. Okay? You guys will see all this on the replay. And we're going to come back into that page. So did I have that page open?
Yeah.
Where is that page at? Okay. So watch this. We're going to click on this form here. I'm going to click this little wheel, opt-in form code. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to click process. Opt-in form code has been processed. That's it. You guys are done. We got the form in here. It's going to redirect to the thank you page, and we're firing off the pixel at once. Now, where you guys need help is you need help on the headline. Yes or no? How many people are getting a lot of value on this call? Cool. See, now I'm getting pumped up. All right. So check this out, guys. This has always been my formula for writing headlines. All right. You start your subject line off with numbers. These are the most effective headlines you can get in any niche or marketplace. Adjectives will add the real curiosity factor. I'm going to demonstrate this whole entire thing. You want to include a hook, and then we use trigger words to express a time or method, and then we always make a promise. So how does this work? Well, let's start with using numbers. Numbers make it easy to understand. They're not reading a monster report. It's something they can apply today, and it's framed as though it may be something that only you are aware of. Now, don't spell out the numbers, okay? So let's look at this. We take 3, okay? Notice we didn't spell it out. We have the number 3 there, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to use adjectives. So 3 incredible, 3 amazing, 3 strange, 3 effortless, 3 fun, 3 free, 3 painstaking. So now we have 3 incredible, and now we're going to include a hook. Okay, 3 incredible facts, 3 incredible reasons, 3 incredible secrets, 3 incredible ways, 3 incredible ideas, 3 incredible methods, 3 incredible tricks, 3 incredible secrets, and now we come up with the trigger, all right? 3 incredible secrets when, 3 incredible secrets how, 3 incredible secrets why, 3 incredible secrets what. Okay, so 3 incredible secrets that you can apply, here's where it comes in, right now. Okay, and then we make a promise. What's the benefit? This is where the magic comes in, and this will change their life, right? This is going to improve their business, and you figured out something that they don't know. So we have 3 incredible secrets that you can apply right now to build up your fan base. So the formula is the numbers, the adjectives, the hook, the trigger, and the promise. 3 incredible secrets you can apply right now to build up your fan base. 3 lead generation techniques that you can use to bring in more customers to your restaurant. Okay? How many people get this? This is not complicated. And these formulas here, they absolutely do work. They work on you guys. They work on the rest of the world. Okay? So this is what it looks like. Now, we're not going to scream red anymore, okay? But look, breaking news. Former bouncer gets his ass kicked in the bar and then makes $40,000 online in 3 days. That still has been my highest converting headline of all time, guys. It was like a 90% conversion on everything I ran it on, right? Because it had the curiosity factor. You had to know more, right?
It's true, too.
It is. Who's not going to click that? Right?
Oh my God.
If you can do the shock and awe. I know Rana's on the call. She doesn't improve. But Rana, you know what? That ad converted better than anything I've ever seen, guys. I paid $25,000 to write that ad about 5 years ago in Washington, D.C. Okay? So, wow. 3 incredible secrets you can apply right now to build up your fan base and increase sales. So if you can have these strong calls to actions here, absolutely they scream at you, right? Guys, this formula here, it has worked so very well. And I'm going to include this PDF inside the resources because I just want you guys to go through it. All right? So you've learned how to create your lead capture page. We did this one on the fly. So we would go over here and let's just do this real quick. I'm going to click on this here. And what I like to do is I like to come over here and click in here where we keep the formatting, right? So we do something like this. And then we'll go and delete all this. I like to have ... afterwards, and we'll make this white. Okay. Wow. 3 incredible techniques you can use, you can apply right now to, to bring in more starving, hey, there's good, customers to your restaurant. Okay, this is too long. I would definitely cut this up, but you guys are getting the idea. All right, and when I say it's too long, we don't know for sure. We just need to split test this, right? Just like that. Now, if we want to include free report, we can do it right here. We can do free report. Okay, and then obviously we would change this one to white. So let me see if I can get that to white. Right, I'm just winging it right now, guys. Don't spend a lot of time on this. Really, don't spend a lot of time on it. Just do it. Right? There we go. Our lead capture page is done. So if we save this and we preview this, boom, we're done. That's it. That was one template. So with this here, guys, watch this. Watch this. This is probably where Chad's going to fall on his face. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to exit this editor. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to our local restaurant. We're going to open this up. I'm going to clone this page. Let's try this, okay? So I'm going to click duplicate, all right? And now we're going to come over here. We're going to edit this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this altogether, okay? And actually, let's do this. Before I do that, I'll hit undo. Let me see if I can just drag this over here, okay? So now let me get rid of this. Now this has a cell, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, and it should put it, let me find the cell, okay, all contents, all right, that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this real quick. If this doesn't work, that's okay too. I just want to keep the formatting, and we'll come over here, and let me see if I can just get rid of that. Okay, so we'll put in a new section, all right? And then I'm just going to tell it to make this transparent. Okay, so there we go. But the section's there. So now, watch this, guys. We can say like this. We can say, thank you for entering your email. All right, and we can click this. We can make this white. All right, the congruency is what I'm looking for. Now, obviously, this is hard to read, but that's okay. You guys get the idea. And next, I'm going to drop in my video. Boom, there's my video. And now we're going to have a button underneath. Check this out, guys. I am just completely winging this right now, right? So now let's make our button bigger. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to go button text. Let's make it like this big. There we go. We're going to click this and click here to grab my free report. All right. And let's go ahead and take out our instant eyedropper. I'll put that in the resources. And let's see. Let's do, yeah, I don't know. Let's try this. So we'll click this here. We'll come over here. Normal state colors. We'll click this. And let's go ahead and see if that works. All right. So now I don't like how tight it is. So guess what? I can go ahead and put a spacer here. Boom. Now I don't like this. I need to do something with this. So I could put like a bar across here, right?
If you made this that color, it would actually stand out better.
Okay, let's try that. So Michelle says if I make it this color. So let's try this. The key is, guys, I'm trying to keep it congruent and consistent with the lead capture page. Okay, that's important. All right. So was that the right color? Let's see. Click this. Come over here. Custom.
I saw you do it. Oh, it doesn't like it.
Third's a charm. Is that the right color? I don't think I'm doing it right. Hold on. Control A. Click here. Custom. I gotta get the color to appear. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. See, it's still hard to read, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You guys get the idea. I mean, we can pull up this wide section here, and let's just make this black, right? So we'll make it black. We still have the same picture. Not that I recommend using black. So let's try a different color. Pick one, Michelle. The brown?
Or the green.
Or the green. Oh, that's interesting. All right. So let's try the green. That little instant eyedropper is pretty cool, isn't it, guys? So we'll paste that there. Okay. Now I can go ahead and drag this up here, and let's make this white.
Now it'll pop. Yeah.
Okay. And then let's go ahead and put a spacer there. And then we'll go ahead and decrease the size. And there we go. So I'll hide this panel, and boom, there you go. Are you guys seeing how fast you can do this? Like
Well, gotta love that eyedropper tool, right?
Yeah,
and how you can use the colors in your image to actually complement and make your advertisement pop.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, guys, this is not. Look at all these patterns we could do. Check this out. You like that color?
No.
Dang it! How about that color?
No.
That color? That color?
No. Maybe the purple.
Purple. That one?
I don't know. That's why I see when you start using all the colors that are in your image, everything becomes. It just has such a great feel to it.
Yep. There you go. So now we created our thank you page. So guess what? Let's just go ahead and do this because I'm going to do this. So I'm going to change the permalink. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say restaurant. And we're going to call this thank you. I'm going to keep going because I haven't lost one person on the call. So I must have you guys. We must have you where.
We've actually gained 3 people.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's go ahead and change this up here. Page settings. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say thank you for entering your email. Okay?
Thanks you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. And we'll go ahead and paste this right here. We'll hide this. We'll save it. So now we have this done. Watch this, guys. I'm going to exit this editor. Now we're going to come down here. I actually like that page. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to duplicate this one. All right. Now we have our duplication. Let's open this up. And now we'll go ahead.
Is this the download page?
And we'll make this the download page.
Uh-huh.
Right? So we'll say download, and then we'll say restaurant. All right? That's just for my own use. Okay? And we'll say okay. And what do we want to say up here? Download your free guide. Download your free report.
Yeah.
So we'll say download. Okay, that's where we want to start here. Download your free report. Okay, so we'll say something like this. And then what I like to do is I like to have a call to action in there for them to watch the video. Okay, so let's see if I can get this over here. I want to center that. Okay, and then I'll just go ahead and do something like this. And we'll say watch this video below. Watch this.
I usually say watch this video first.
Watch this video before you leave. Something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? So then we can go and make this like an H3 or something. Okay, cool. So now we have a spacing issue. No problem. We'll just drop this in here. Boom. There we go. Okay, so now we have a video, once again, saying, hey, thank you so much. Down below, you will find your link to your free report. So we'll go and we'll change this, and we'll say, download my free report. Boom. Guys, we just created your whole entire funnel. That's it. We just created your whole entire funnel. Somebody's saying, I love this kind of training. I learned by seeing you do it. Yeah, but look, we created a whole entire funnel in what?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, and we winged it, right? We completely winged it.
I'll tell you what, guys. I mean, there have been, in my past life, a time when I had guys literally just rob me for thousands of dollars to create sales funnels, guys who were creating them for other big name marketers, and I just could kick myself. Like I would have done this myself had I had this kind of training and this access to these kinds of just very reasonably priced tools. It's just incredible the amount of money you will save yourself, not to mention the time, the headache, the stress, the overwhelm. Oh my goodness. It's such a godsend to have this training and these tools.
There are people out there that will pay you to create these funnels. Honest to God, I'm seeing ads out there on Facebook, people saying that I'll create the funnels for you and everything. Just become familiar with the software. Learn what the pixels do. Learn how to integrate it. Learn how to integrate it. That's cool. Learn how to integrate it with the follow-up series.
And for those of you who are control freaks, like me, it's great to be able to see and know that everything's getting done right. Would you agree?
Yeah. So, I mean, we just completely winged it. I would have my terms of service and everything down here. What's important, guys, is the video. What you do in that video is so important. And again, just be nice. Thank them so much because they're putting their trust in you, right? Reassure them that they're in good hands. Be personable, be likable, have a call to action. Even if that call to action says, hey, watch for emails from me because I'm going to keep you posted with what I got going on. I'm going to give you some amazing tips and resources, right? Whatever your call to action is, make sure you spell it out. Don't assume they know. Okay? So this here, guess where this can link? We can come over here. I can do target link. Watch this, guys. I'm going to come over here to this guy. This is Dropbox, right? So let me open up Dropbox again. If I open up Dropbox, I can come over here. I've got this file called, you can see I use Dropbox a lot. There's one called Webinar Resources. If I open this up, here is the video ad funnels. Here's part 1 PDF. So I loaded this PDF. I'm going to click share. Dropbox is going to give me a link. I'm going to take this link and I'm going to go ahead and paste it inside that lead capture page. So I'm going to click this here. I'm going to click the little cogwheel, target link, and I'm going to go ahead and paste my URL there. Dropbox, we don't have to pay for it. They can instantly get your report. And your report has calls to actions. It has your phone number. It has your product link. It has your resources. Guys, this is so simple. Like, it kills me that people take these trainings and they're not just knocking out these funnels because, I don't know, I just can't do it for you, right? All I can do is make it as easy as possible. Okay, so let me just get back here to the training, guys, because the next step is, how many people feel very confident about creating your incentive, creating your free magnet, going and knocking out your funnels, not spending a lot of time, just getting something up, right? When you get something up, you can come back and you can repair it. This is what I'm telling Michelle all the time. Look, the goal is to get the funnel up, and then we can come back and tweak the headline, and we can do other alternatives and use different traffic generation techniques, but get the funnel up, okay? That's your first goal. So you guys have now just barely seen just the little bit that Instabuilder can do for you. It is awesome. Countdown timers, 3-step opt-ins, like, it does so much stuff, guys, all right? But let me make the follow-up really easy for you. Okay, and I don't want you to screw this up. With the immediate follow-up, here's the thing. You give them instant delivery. You can either give them the direct link, but what I prefer to do is send them to the page that we just created. So you say, hey, thank you so much. Here is a free report that I just promised you. They click the link. They go directly to the last page we just created. Instant delivery. Then on the next day, you follow up with them. You say, hey, I just want to make sure that you had the time to go read the 8-Pillar to Success Blueprint, right? Follow up with them. Put the link there again. Maybe they didn't read this email. Maybe they didn't get it. Have the second call to action. On day number 3, no, we're not going to sell them. Instead, we're going to say, hey, I'm just checking with you because I had a very interesting point inside the 8-Pillar Success Blueprint.
On page such and such.
On page 3, I'm going to show you exactly what this particular pillar is going to do for you and your business, right? I'm going to show you how to triple your revenue for 2016, and you can find it on page 3, right? And then on page 4, you do the exact same thing. You keep doing this all the way through. You don't once sell them for 6 days, guys. You don't do it. And then after that, then we have what are called broadcasts, okay? So after the follow-up, they go into a broadcast sequence. Here's how this works, okay? We take relevant products. This is the key. If you're not in online marketing, relevant services, or like Michelle was saying, maybe you have an Amazon product you can recommend, there has to be a way for you to make money or you wouldn't be in this business. Maybe you have another product that complements what they opted in for. Okay, the key there is relevant. We know that they opted in for a report that's going to help them bring more customers into their restaurant. So we certainly don't want to go and send them an offer for Instabuilder, a page builder, right? or for a hosting company or something like that, because it's very irrelevant. All right? It's very important that you follow what they opted in for. So we take a relevant product, all right, and we tell them about it. We don't ever have to sell. We simply say, look, I came across this amazing page builder today. Here's 3 pages that I created in 5 minutes. It's called InstaBuilder. I think you should check it out. That's it. There's no hard pitch or anything. We're just demonstrating what we're doing in our business. That's one example. All right. Then what we want to do is we want to give them content. So here we have a link where we're able to make money. Now we want to go and give them an interview. We want to give them an article. We want to talk to them like they're our friend. Okay, we don't pitch here at all. We just talk to them. This is building the relationship.
And for those of you who are new on the call, especially like I know one of my clients is on the line right now, like these are actual email sequences. So that just so you understand, like these are actual individual emails.
Yeah, this isn't hard. Our friend Jimmy will tell you that you give them a cookie and then you take a cookie. So we took the cookie here, then we gave the cookie. Then we took the cookie, then we gave the cookie, right? And that's just how it goes, right? You just never have take, because let me ask you guys this. You have marketers hitting you up all the time. And are you guys to identify the guys that are just all take, yes or no? You get it?
Yeah, we know you're tired of that.
Yeah, you guys get it. So trust me, when you're in this position, your customers and your leads will get it as well. Now, having said that, you're in the business to make money. So it's okay to have takes and it's okay to have gives. It just has to balance out. Now, who can give me an idea on some great freebies? What can we do for freebies? Anybody? What are some ideas? We know the products we can go out there and sell, but what are some freebies?
Video trainings. What else?
Blog posts.
Blog posts, yeah. Very highly relevant, content-rich, step-by-step strategies are really, really good. Those are the ones that always get me. In fact, I've circled out a few people that are on my radar that I love reading their emails because they give phenomenal articles that give those like instant hacking strategies or different things that actually work, and they're very good.
Yeah. Case studies.
Case studies. Yay, there you go.
What do we, guys, there's one thing that we love doing with you, and that is surveys, right? If you have some of these survey tools like our social surveys, use it. Absolutely use it. I can't remember. We were talking to somebody the other day. He sent me a post inside one of our groups, and he shot a video showing how to use one of our social surveys tool. And he actually used Bubbles with social surveys, so I was really proud of him. But
wow, Chad made an instant friend with Bubbles.
But what he said was, Chad, I was getting really good results from my funnel and everything, and now I set up my survey. And what I did was I asked my list if they wanted to receive a survey, and they all said yes. So now I'm starting to put together these surveys. Your list will love surveys, right? So check out social surveys, shameless plug, okay? So there's tons of ideas, guys. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to come up with the ideas yourself. There's tons of sites out there. Can you think of any offhand? What was that one I showed you? The one that shows what's proven to convert. Do you remember what that was called? There's one out there that has all the content online being shared on Facebook and Twitter and various networks, and it shows you how many Facebook likes it's getting, how many retweets it's getting.
Gosh,
what was that
I forgot
called?
About that.
Hold on, guys. I'm going to find out for you. AppSumo. There it is.
Oh, AppSumo.
So we go to AppSumo. So watch this, because I could crash and burn on this call. But check this out. So what we can do is we can go look for proven content, right? So what's something we can look for, Michelle? No, not AppSumo, but it's something sumo. Something sumo.
Yeah, that's not it.
Let me see.
AppSumo?
Not AppSumo, but it's sumo. Proven content. It's something sumo. BuzzSumo. There it is.
BuzzSumo.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
BuzzSumo, right? So let's see if we can find, let's get off the blog, buzzsumo.com, all right? So tell me a topic.
Growth hacking strategies.
Whoa. growth hacking. Watch Chad crash. We're going to click go. All right, so searching for content. So, oh, I found McDonald's. Let's see. Why in the, well, here's one about content marketing and SEO, content marketing. So it's associating content marketing with growth hacking. So let's look for something easier.
I love how one of the big marketers read his this article that he wrote the other day talking about how you don't need to build a brand, you don't need to do blog posts, you don't need to create all this content, et cetera, et cetera. But he's out there pumping out tons of content, telling people they don't need to do content.
Yeah, exactly. I call bullshit. So let's say this. Let's say you guys are out there promoting Build My List. So you have people that are interested in making money with email. So I came over to BuzzSumo, and look at this, guys. How to engage email subscribers from the moment they sign up. It's an infographic. Look at 15.4 thousand shares, 593 LinkedIn shares, 1.5K Twitter shares. Is this successful? Absolutely it is. So can we take this and share this with our list? Sure. And why wouldn't we? It's already proven to convert. Now, this gets a little advanced, but for those people that went and bought Lead Monster, if this page here didn't have its own opt-in box, it opened up when I left the page, what we can do with Lead Monster, guys, is we can actually embed this page with Lead Monster, and we can make our own opt-in box appear. Ah.
How hot is that strategy?
Now you guys are seeing why we created Lead Monster, right? But that's off topic here. So find content that's already proven to convert. There is your freebie. Your list loves it. Go and post this on your fan page, right? Copy whatever they have here. So like if we take this, 50 best email marketing designs. I've done this, guys. I went and copied, because I don't want to send somebody to a page that has an opt-in box. I've copied this and posted it on my site or my fan page, and then I've just went and given credit to this link here, right? And that way if they ever say anything, you gave credit to it, right? But it's already proven to convert, and I've used the same exact headline in my email and everything else. And guess what? When it's a targeted market, it will work. Now, how easy is that? That's a perfect freebie, right? There's even a video on some of these posts. There's infographics. There you go. Content that's proven to convert. It's perfect for your list. Okay? All right. We're getting a lot of value out of this call, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right.
And we haven't lost anybody yet.
Okay. So I got 2 more slides, guys, but these 2 slides are very, very important. All right. So we talked about this. Everybody gets this. It's not complicated. Just build the relationship and trust during the follow-up process. Now, here's some rules regarding email marketing. Okay, because we definitely want to connect with a subscriber. Don't be scared of unsubscribes. Get those unsubscribes as fast as you can. They are a good thing. That person doesn't want to hear from you. Get rid of them. People will tell you push that unsubscribe to the bottom of the page, hide that link. Nope. Make that the first thing they see. Say, look, as much as I value you, if you don't like the content I'm sharing with you, feel free to unsubscribe. Here's the reason why you want to do that, guys. Make that a call to action, because you don't want them getting pissed off at you and hitting the spam button.
Absolutely.
Get rid of them, okay? Yeah. Find out.
And that's part of being authentic too.
Yeah, get rid of them. It's bold. It shows confidence. You don't need to worry about it, all right? So get them as fast as you can. This will lead to an ultra-targeted list, all right? And these are people who respond and take action. So this will give us stats that we can actually use, analyze, and improve. If you have people on your list that love hearing from you, if I send out an email today and I see that I get a 20% open rate, and I know those are people that absolutely love hearing from me, and they're not just people that, you know, the headline grabbed their attention so they decide to click it, then tomorrow I can try to beat that headline, and I can see if I can get a 25% open rate. You can do this when you have stats that you can count on. So the old rumor about people saying that you got to have massive lists, you got to have, you know, 50,000, 70,000, 100,000 subscribers, they're all bullshit. And I'll tell you right now that I can take a list of 3,000 people and I can make more money with that one targeted list than most of those marketers can with a list of 100,000 people. Guys, how am I doing that? Anybody? How do we do that? How do we do that? What's the secret, guys? There's one key word I'm looking for. What's the secret? Trust, kind of. One other one.
Ding, ding, ding,
Trust is
ding.
big. I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to give that to you. The word is, yes,
Yeah,
relationship.
There we go. Right on, Jim.
You build that relationship. Don't be scared to mail. Just do it like I showed you. And do not be scared to sell. Okay? These are good pointers here. You guys are going to have these slides. Most importantly, when you're out there, you're building up your subscriber base. This is what I want your email to look like. If I were to log into my email right now, it would look the same exact way. You connect with each and every person that emails you. Matter of fact, you guys have seen at the bottom of my email, it says, look, I expect you to open the emails when I send them to you. So when you reply to that email, I'm not only going to open the email, but I'm going to respond to you. Now, how many people have seen that on an email marketer's email? How many people have seen that footer? Anybody? Anybody. I'm teaching you how to stand out from the crowd. Now, I don't always get it in there. Sometimes I'm in a hurry and I'm sending emails from my phone, but I always include that when I can, okay? And when somebody emails me, when somebody emails Michelle, we take the time and respond. And guess what, guys? We have one of the highest open rates in the whole entire business. And there's reasons why. We only do 3 promotions a month. And when we do, we walk off with a new car and we beat some of the biggest marketers that are hammering your inbox over and over and over. And that's not to brag, but it's to show you that building a relationship absolutely works. Okay? So make sure your inbox looks just like this and it is all red. It's very important. All right? So there we go, guys. Here's the thing. We got one more training to go. And here's the action steps we want you to take with your training. I really feel I was worried about this training. I really feel like we over-delivered on this one.
No, this is exactly what I think you guys needed, right? Because I mean, I had a sense a long time ago, and I had mentioned it to Chad before, that I think that the biggest thing that people struggle with is sales funnels, right? Would you guys agree? I mean, that can just be the hardest part in your whole marketing system. And to have this kind of level of easy action step breakdown, it's just so simplified. And I really hope that you guys got a lot of value out of this training.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the step, guys. Step number 1, sit down and create that free incentive. Now look, I am tough. I am tough. I don't put up with excuses. I don't put up with bullshit. Give yourself a deadline and make it happen, period.
Right.
No excuses. If you wake up at 8 o'clock, you say, look, by 2:30, I'm going to have this done. When I woke up this morning, guys, here's what I said. I said, I got 3 videos to do for Easy Links. I did 2. I said, I got to start laying out this training at 3 o'clock. I have to have it done by 6. Boom. It was done. I also went and set up Michelle's studio, and there's so much more that I did today. And do you know why? Because I told myself, by the end of the day, it has to be done, period. No excuses.
Yeah, Chad is one of the most disciplined people I've ever seen. I mean, and it just takes training yourself to be that way. You've got to really just block out, you know, the habitual patterns you have around creating distraction or sabotaging yourself or getting sucked into drama. And, you know, gosh, I mean, telling you, it's so bad when you just aren't getting into action. If that's what causes you the most stress, is having things unfinished. So definitely get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you guys see, I got the same distraction you do, right? I open up Facebook and I have my beautiful daughter there from like 5 years ago, right? It's like she said, squirrel, right? And it catches my attention. And I see some crazy videos on Facebook all the time,
you guys
right?
got to stay off social media unless you're there to market or to do very strategic things or strategic posts. I'll tell you, I started getting a lot more done and making more money in my business when I started getting off of Facebook and social media in the social aspect of things. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you just got to get it done.
Here's the thing, reward yourself, okay? I will tell myself that I have an hour to get this done, period, and I won't check email. I won't check social media. I won't go surfing around. I will make sure that I don't have 100 different windows open. I will have that one window open, whether I'm working in InstaBuilder or writing sales copy or, you know, scripting on a video, whatever I'm doing, I will give myself that hour. And when I'm done with that, All right, then I will go and open up Facebook and see what people are doing, see what Michelle's posted or whatever. I don't spend a lot of time, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And then guess what, guys? I'm giving myself another goal. You have to have goals. Matter of fact, if you can make a list, that is the best thing to do, because I can't tell you how great it feels to cross something off that list. When you start off your list with 20 things and you get to the end of your day and you got all 20 crossed off, oh my God, it is such an amazing feeling. But it can also backfire too, because if you don't have any crossed off and it's time for bed, that's a pretty crappy feeling, right? So you got to choose your poison, right? But I absolutely work best from a list. I recommend that you try it. So step number 1, we're going to create our free incentive. Step number 2, we're going to set up our funnels, okay? Whatever you have, you do need to have some kind of page builder, whether it be Profit Builder from our good friend Sean, or Optimize Press 2, or InstaBuilder. That's definitely my page of choice. There's also theme designs, whatever that Shane came out with. There's a lot of options out there. You don't have to use InstaBuilder. That's the one that I recommend because it's hosted on their server. We can convert those over to web pages. It does so much more than what we mentioned. And somebody says, was $44 what you mentioned? That was a misprint. I don't think it's $44. I think it's a one-time price of $77, but it's definitely worth it. And I will have that link on the resources. Okay. So we get our funnel set up and then we start writing our follow-up email. All you have to do before we get there, look at step 2, guys. Look at the end of it. Okay. Give yourself a deadline. Make it happen. You're going to get a funnel whether you like it or not. Okay. Step number 3, write that follow-up email. All you have to do is provide value and build that relationship, just like I'm doing with you right now, guys. Look how much we are over-delivering on this webinar. There's a reason for that. Okay. We are building a relationship with you, and we're trying to help you become successful because it not only feels good, it not only gives us purpose, but when we make you successful, do we not become rock stars in your eyes? And do you guys not think that, wow, those two definitely know what they're doing in this business? And we want you to follow our lead. We want you to do the same exact thing, okay? So start writing that follow-up email, provide value, build that relationship, give yourself a deadline, and make it happen. All right? There's your 3 steps, guys. Now, I'll come back to the slide here in a minute, but if you would do me a favor, speaking of building relationships, damn, I changed out this image and it still shows. Come over here to this link, guys. Let me post that in the chat real quick. I can't believe that shows. Okay, here is a link. I'm going to post it in the chat. Please take this survey. It's going to help us next time, okay? It'll help us with all trainings we do. We need to know how we're doing. You don't have to enter your name. You don't have to enter your email, nothing like that. Be brutally honest, okay, because we need to know. We want to be the best in the business. So please take your time, fill out that survey. Also, I'm going to give you this link right here. Here is your replay from last week and all your resources, and just let me know if there's a problem, okay? We created that page pretty quick, but I'll go back through it and make sure it's okay.
We will make sure the other things are added on there that we promised you that would be there.
Cool?
Yes.
All right, guys, what do you think? Are we good? A lot of value, yes or no?
Everyone is still on the call, so I would say it's got to be.
Cool. Awesome. Sweet. Oh, now they're getting active. Is it because it's the end of the call?
That's
awesome.
So funny.
All right. Thank you so much. You have anything to add?
Hey, we just appreciate you guys, and you know, we want to know how you're taking this and using it. So please, you know, if you're part of the Facebook groups that we have out there, great. If not, you know, shoot us an email. Let us know what you're up to. Just let us know what you've got out of this and how you've put this into action. You know, that's the main thing. I mean, I think, like I was saying to you before, I think we recognize that the lack of knowledge and how to actually build the sales funnels, I think, was the biggest stumbling block for a lot of people. It's kind of the stopping point for most of us. And so I really, really hope that this has kind of eliminated that fear factor or the overwhelm factor for you in actually getting things done.
Exactly. No excuses, guys. No excuses. Just go do it. And you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it in place. And once something's in place, you have a foundation. Once you have the foundation, it's very easy to swap out those pieces and figure out what's not working. But you guys have to build the foundation. You have to.
Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, you have a house of cards.
I mean, I don't mean to bag on anybody here, but think about how many webinars you guys attend, right? You attend other webinars and they teach you strategies or whatever. Usually they're going to pitch you something at the end. We don't have anything to pitch you, okay? But think about all the strategies that people try to teach you, and for whatever reason, why aren't you doing them, okay? Here's the thing. No matter what niche, no matter what marketplace, I will tell you the key to making money online, okay? It has to do with traffic. It has to do something with conversions, period. These sales funnels are not going away. You're always going to have leads in your business, and you're always going to have something to sell them. You need to learn this. It doesn't matter if you go out there and we're getting ready to pitch a webinar product next month. I'll be honest with you. It's called Webinar Geo. It's going to replace GoToWebinar. Okay, so we're going to pitch that to you because we see value in it. Now, here's the thing. Yes, that sales page is going to look banging, and yes, everybody's going to buy it. But if you don't have a sales funnel, then there's no reason, because what is that webinar? It's an engine to convert people. But if you don't have somewhere to send them to, then you're wasting your money. If you bought this training and you don't have a sales funnel, you have nowhere to send them to, you're wasting your money.
The most important thing you have in your business is your sales funnel.
Yes, you absolutely have to build this funnel, guys. No excuses. Have it built, okay? Have it built. I showed you how easy it was, and to be honest with you, I usually use templates that I've already got in place. So I struggled with InstaBuilder just now, but you can see how easily we figured it out.
Thank you, Rona. That's sweet.
And you can do the same exact thing. Okay? On that note, guys, we got two little girls that are getting ready for the Christmas holiday season. Since it is that time, thank you so much for taking the time tonight. That means so much. We were worried nobody was going to get on the call, and we actually had a really good turnout. I was really surprised. So be good to each other. Have a Merry Christmas. Be safe if you're traveling. And we have one more session to go. Okay? Anything else?
And fingers crossed, guys. I'm actually a very good friend of mine who's been friends with me for almost a decade now. I'm trying to twist he's also a business partner of mine on another project. I'm trying to twist his arm to get on here because he is literally one of the biggest geniuses I've ever known in my entire life on AdWords, Google AdWords and YouTube. And I'm going to have him come on, hopefully, and teach us some strategies for AdWords and how to simplify it. And I mean, this guy's written trainings on it. He's taught on it. He speaks all over the world about this topic. And he's a very dear friend, and hopefully he can come on and contribute because he's a true giver. So let's say a prayer for that. So have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and we will see you next week.
Take care, guys.
Bye, everybody.